talk too fast because I'm not nervous at all. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Courtney. I grew up in a broken home like probably some of you. My parents were divorced by the time I was 5. I was raised in church. My great-grandparents took me to church. I said the prayer of salvation at Vacation Bible School at the age of 8. I knew who Jesus was, and I believed that he died on the cross for me, but I didn't know how to live for him. When I was a teen, I rebelled. I was living with my boyfriend at the age of 16. I was arrested at 17 for fighting, and I was just full on in the party scene, getting high, getting drunk whenever I could. And I always thought, at that time there would just be more time to live for God, when I was older. When I was an adult, I focused on school. I put God on the back burner. I looked for worldly fulfillment from money, alcohol, pot, material, success. I always felt God calling me to live for him, but I always ignored it. I felt empty, guilty, restless. I longed for the fulfillment that only God could give. I was actually jealous of other Christians, especially my age, thinking, why can't I live like they do? Why can't I just give my life to Christ? My dad was the most influential person in my walk with God and in my life. I am so thankful for him. He is such a blessing to me. Just watching his life, when I was 15, he decided to turn it around for Jesus and went from going one way to turn it around completely the other, as it should be when you follow the Lord. He prayed for me and had such a burden on his heart for me and my family, as I'd watch him cry, trying to get me to change my life and begging me not to make the same mistakes that he did. But I wouldn't do it. I felt so guilty that I wouldn't do it. And I wasn't ready to fully surrender to God. Whenever you say, yeah, I'll just make a little checklist of things that Christians should do, but if there might be a party next weekend, I just want to surrender to him a little bit, occasionally. So I wasn't ready to fully surrender. I would always fail, of course, and go back into the sin right where the devil wanted me. In May of 2015, we went on a little camping trip. My daddy had been praying for me for 10 years at this point. He told me when we went jogging that I was not only ruining my life, but I was also ruining Ollie's life as well. The seeds that I was sowing in her life, I could never take back. I could never turn back time, and they would reap a harvest one day that I would learn to regret. Those words rang in my head. I didn't want to hurt my daughter. I didn't want to be a bad mom. In the world's eyes, I had a great life. A big old house, nice cars, a wonderful husband, a beautiful daughter, and a successful career. But I knew I needed Jesus. I felt so broken. I was a wretched sinner, stuck in my ways, unwilling to sacrifice, and I needed freedom from that. The conviction in my heart and my daddy's words ringing in my head continued, and I thought, I'll try for a couple of weeks to do this checklist that I have, because there's a trip to the Broad River, and I know there's going to be drinking there, and I don't know if I want to fully surrender to God just quite yet. So, of course, what happened? I failed. When I got home, I thought, what am I doing with my life? This means nothing. I felt so guilty. When I woke up that Sunday morning, I didn't know it would be the day of salvation for me, but God did. It was Father's Day, June 19th of 2014. Came up to Life Church. We watched a clip on the movie Courageous, which I love that movie. Pastor Tim gave a call at the end of service to rededicate your life to Christ, and I did. At that moment, it was a done deal for me. The blinders had been removed from my eyes. I could finally see the light. I decided to surrender fully, not occasionally, and God would take care of the rest. I'm a Christian because I'm a sinner. I know I'm inherently evil. No matter how good I am, what I become in this world, what I have or what I do, I need Jesus to save me and make me whole. His death cleanses me and gives me a new perspective on life, that eternity is really all that matters. The difference in my life is beyond measure. When I was young, I was selfish and living for myself. Now I sacrifice for him. I want my heart to break for what breaks his. I want to do, go, and be whatever he wants me to be, no matter the cost, no matter the sacrifice. The moment I let him take control, the weight was lifted. My desires changed. My heart was finally made whole. That restlessness and guilt was gone. Not that I have a perfect life, or I don't get sad, I don't make mistakes, or I'm not down and out sometimes, but I'm repentant in that time, and I know God is there with me. And one day I'll be with him, and that's all the hope I can have in the world. God continues to change me every day. Every day I read his word, I stay in prayer, and I ask God to use me. And now I have the best job I'll ever have, working for Jesus. I'm ministering and witnessing to people every day. I'm involved in my church, and I lead 2 Bible studies even outside of church. I'm thankful to be his child because he is everything and I'm nothing. Today is the day of salvation. Don't wait like I did.
Amen.
God bless you.